Hi guys, I want to explain you how the exam for Telc level A1 works. You have four different skills that will be examined here. It's how well you can understand something you hear, how well you can understand something you read, how well you can express yourself in writing, and how well you can express yourself in speaking. We're starting with the listening, and that's the first skill that will be examined when the exam starts. Here you have three different parts of the exam. In the first part, you are asked a question on a paper, which you can read on a paper. And you then get three different options as an answer for the question. Then only one of these options are a possible answer. After you listen to a conversation from the audio, you then get the idea what the right question, what the right answer might be. Let me read you one question. The first question you're asked in this first part is in this example I have here, and which you can find online. I will post a link. Was kostet der Pullover? And then you get three options: 30 euros, 95 euros, and 19 euros 95 cents. Then you listen to a conversation, and in that conversation you then can hear the right answer, and then you need to mark the answer. I always suggest you to first try to read through all the questions you're asked, and here you have 6 different questions on 2 pages. Then before the conversation, the next conversation starts, you concentrate on the question which is written for you and which is related to that conversation. So you read first the question, was kostet der Pullover? Then you read the options. If it's a number, try to pronounce the number in your head mentally, so you can be prepared to hear 30 Euro, 95 Euro oder 19,95 Euro. It will be much easier then to mark the right answer. You have different questions in this set. Don't forget that this is just the example, and you can get the idea how it works by going through the exam. The next part, the second part of this task, of this listening part, is as following. You get 4 different questions, like here. Actually, it's statement, not a question. You get these statements, and you need to say if that statement is correct or not correct or false. Die Kunden sollen die Weihnachtsfeier besuchen. The customers should visit a Christmas fair. And now that statement is either right or wrong, correct or false. First you read the question, then you hear the conversation, and in this conversation you should then hear if the statement is correct or not. There are 4 questions or 4 statements of this type. At each task, I suggest you to first quickly read through all of them, and then to really concentrate and try to understand on the current statement. Next part, the third and the last part in this skill, listening, is also asking you questions and giving you 3 different options you need to mark. Let me read you one. The first one is die Nummer ist, and then there are 3 different numbers. That means you will listen to a conversation in which somebody will give some number. Let me read you these numbers in different ways. A 11833, B 11888 and C 12833. It might be in this way that you will hear it, or somebody might say 11.883 or 11.833 or 12.833. I can't state that now. Theoretically, you should be able to understand and write down the numbers up until 1 million and higher, because that's something, that's a topic on the A1 level. So you should actually know both versions. My suggestion at this question would be for you to also mentally prepare by pronouncing these numbers in every possible ways, and then you will hear the right number. Also pay attention to differences, because there are differences in the beginning, 11.000 or 12.000, and in the end it's either 33 or 83 you will hear. So see where are similarities and where are differences, and especially pay attention to them. So there are 5 tasks of this type in the third part, and after you're done with this, the hearing or the listening is over. And we are coming to the next part, which is reading. In reading, you have again several types or several tasks. Let's start with the first one. In the first one, you get 2 emails to read, like this. And under each email, you have 2 to 3 questions or statements again. And you need to write if the statement is correct or not correct. Let me read you the email. Hallo Lee, danke für deine E-Mail. Dein Zug kommt hier in Hannover um 12.36 Uhr an. Ich bin ab 12.15 Uhr im Hauptbahnhof und warte auf dich vor der Auskunft. Du kannst mich den ganzen Vormittag auf meinem Handy erreichen. Deine Karin. I always like to emphasize the person who writes the email is Karin, and the person who will read the email is Lee. Then you see Lee is coming to Hanover, and she has the arrival time 12.36 Uhr. And Karin is supposed to pick her up from the main station. Then you have a statement like this. Karin wartet den ganzen Vormittag vor der Auskunft. Karin is waiting in like before 12, after morning hours, in front of the information desk. Is that right or wrong? Correct or not correct? Actually, the tricky part for me here would be den ganzen Vormittag. Den ganzen Vormittag, that means she should wait sometimes between 10 a.m. and 12 a.m. The noon. And when did she write she would arrive and she would wait? Ich bin ab 12.15 Uhr im Hauptbahnhof. So that's just a little bit after these before noon hours. Also am Vormittag ist sie nicht am Bahnhof. So this means statement is wrong, falsch. Then you're coming to the next task. That's the type. You have a situation, and the situation is described in a task. And you get, for a situation, 2 different web pages, and you should decide which of the web pages can help you in finding out a solution. You have 5 similar tasks or 5 questions of the same type. Let's start with one. Sie möchten ein Zugticket im Internet kaufen. Wo können Sie das? You want to buy a train ticket in internet. Where do you do that? That's your question, your situation, and you have 2 different web pages, and one of them should help you to buy a train ticket in internet. First one is Deutsches Reisebüro. Ticketbestellungen und Reservierungen für Flüge weltweit Deutsche Bahn, Eurobus, 24-Stunden-Service. So theoretically you could buy your ticket here. They do have online shop, and yeah, this seems to be the right webpage. Let's read the next one. Reisedienst GmbH, Ticketservice für Theater, Konzerte, Busreisen in Deutschland, nach Polen, Tschechien und Ungarn. So they are offering a shop where you can buy tickets for theater, concerts, bus trips in Germany, Poland, Czech Republic and Hungary. That will not be our solution, not what we need. So the correct one is the first one, A. You should mark this, and for all the answers, don't forget to then write them in a form you will get at the exam in the end, or like after every task. So this is the second task for reading, and then the third and the last one. You are asked a question, or you get a statement you need to confirm. Is it right or wrong? In der Sprachschule können Sie etwas zu essen kaufen. That's a statement. You can buy something to eat in a language school. And now we should read a short text to find out if that's right or wrong. Is it right or false? In der 10 Uhr Pause bekommen Sie an der Rezeption ein Frühstückspaket, belegte Brötchen und Getränke für 2 Euro. In a 10-hour lunch break, you get a breakfast pack. You will get you can get some sandwiches and some drinks for 2 euros. So actually, it's possible. Yes, you can buy something to eat at the reception in a language school, and that's correct. And you should write it's correct. It looks like that, and you get 5 questions of this type. Always right or wrong. That's it with this part. Now we are at writing. In this part, you get 2 tasks. In the first task, you need to fill in the form. Well, this looks like this one. It can be different form. In this situation, you need to fill in the form for sightseeing or tour around Bodensee. I think it's, in English, it's Lake Constance. Because of the beautiful Constance that's directly at Bodensee or Lake Constance. And you need to fill in your informations every time. It can be some different situation, so it's not necessarily that it will be the same. Here you need to write in your personal data like name, but also how many people are traveling with you, are any kids traveling, what's your address while you're on a vacation, and like Postleitzahl, the postal number, PLZ. And also you need to say if you're paying in cash or with a credit card. In cash it's bar, and credit card is Kreditkarte. which date, and your signature. So that's the first task. And the second task, you get the situation. In this situation, you're explained what situation it is and what you need to ask. The situation in this part is, schreiben Sie an die Touristeninformation in Dresden, because you want to visit that town. Write to the tourist office in Dresden. And then what should you write? Sie kommen im August nach Dresden. You will be in Dresden in August. Bitten Sie Informationen über Film, Theater, Museen und so weiter, also Kulturprogramm. Ask them for information about film, movies, theater, museums, cultural program, and you should ask for hotel addresses. How do you do that? Well, you need to know how to start a sentence, how to start a question, and a little bit of practice and some words to mix that makes this thing easier. I guess you should first write that you're coming to Dresden in August, after you written a greeting. Meine oder sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, I would like, ich möchte im August nach Dresden kommen. I would like to come to Dresden in August. So actually you can use a lot of the first sentence you got written, which is Sie kommen im August nach Dresden. You just need to incorporate this part, ich möchte im August nach Dresden kommen. And then you should ask about these informations, about movies, etc. How to ask is it's very useful to know this formulation. Könnten Sie mir bitte, and then in the end geben. And then in the middle you write what should they give you. Könnten Sie mir bitte Informationen über Filme, Theaterstücke oder Museen geben. That's just like the minimum of the standards for this letter. And it's always helpful to write a bit more. And then you should also ask about addresses, hotel addresses. Könnten Sie mir bitte Hoteladressen geben? So, könnten Sie mir bitte geben, and then to put the sentence they actually gave you in the middle can do a lot, but always try to be more creative. And you need a minimum of 30 words. In the end you can write, ich freue mich so sehr auf meine Reise nach Dresden oder auf meinen Aufenthalt in Dresden. Ich habe gehört, das ist so eine tolle Stadt. Mit freundlichen Grüßen, and in the end your name. So then this part, writing, is over, and then you're with speaking. Let's see how well you can do that. You get 3 different tasks or 3 different parts. In the first part, your task is to present yourself. So let me introduce myself to you. True name, Alter, how old I am, land, which country I'm coming from, Wohnort, where do I live, Sprachen, which languages I speak, Beruf, what's my job, what's my profession, and hobbies, what's my hobbies. Mein Name ist Selma. Ich bin 38 Jahre alt. Ich komme aus Bosnien und Herzegowina. Ich lebe in Ljubljana. Ljubljana ist in Slowenien. Ich spreche Bosnisch, Deutsch, Englisch, Italienisch und Französisch. Und ich lerne Slowenisch. Ich bin Deutschlehrerin von Beruf. Ich hatte auch meine Fremdsprachenschule in meinem Heimatland, Bosnien und Herzegowina, aber die habe ich im Jahr 2018 geschlossen. Was ist mein Hobby? Ich habe meine Hobbys zu meinem Beruf gemacht und ich kann das nicht mehr trennen. Meine Hobbys sind Sprachen. Ich lerne Sprachen und ich unterrichte Deutsch. Und mein Hobby sind auch soziale Netzwerke wie YouTube und Facebook. So, das bin ich. Ich bin neugierig auf euch. Schreibt in Kommentaren etwas über sich. Also ich möchte gerne wissen, wie ihr heißt, aus welchem Land ihr kommt und wo ihr wohnt, welche Sprachen ihr sprecht und was seid ihr vom Beruf. And then you still have two parts of this exam. In the next part, second part, you need to ask somebody for a favor and you need to respond to a favor. You get a card and it looks like, it could look like this. Let's say einkaufen is the topic, the main topic, and then let's take this one, Obst. So probably you're in a situation where you buy something and then you need to buy some fruits. Let me correct myself from the beginning of the introduction to this task. You need to ask a question, not for a favor. What can you ask here? Was kosten Bananen? Was kostet Melone zum Beispiel? Yeah, and then the person who is in the same exam with you can respond. Die Bananen kosten 2,99 € zum Beispiel, for example. And then the third part, you get a picture, and based on that picture, you need to ask for a favor. How to ask for a favor? Könntest du mir bitte oder könnten Sie mir bitte that's always helpful to know, and then you need to know how to complete the sentence and to respond with ja, gerne, ja, bitte, nehmen Sie oder nimm doch. So what do we have here? I see keys in this picture. Könntest du mir bitte die Schlüssel geben? Ja, hier sind sie. Then you are in the end of the exam, hopefully not too much exhausted, and hopefully with a positive result so you can celebrate with your friends. Let me know, where do you do these exams? How long did you learn German, and why do you need the exam Telc A1? Until the next video, which will be Goethe A1. I hope you'll stay healthy. Ciao, ciao.